And all of a sudden I heard somebody say hi to me and it sounded like a woman's voice. So I looked up and shockingly, it was Blake Lively. Like, seriously, you're gonna call me fat? Like, really? After you just put in your complaint against Justin Baldoni, something about a comment he made about your weight?
You guys, this is the most insane Blake Lively story I've heard, and we need to talk about it. Blake was staying at this hotel in Waco, Texas, and this girl made a series of TikToks describing her experience being at the same hotel, where she claims Blake and her team allegedly trolled, harassed, and even fat-shamed her. Afterward, the girl, whose name is Kate, says she made a TikTok account after people in her life encouraged her to tell her side of the story. According to her, she and her mom were on a mother-daughter trip in Waco. Blake, by the way, was in town for South by Southwest. Kate says that when they checked into the hotel, the staff was buzzing about a VIP guest arriving during their stay. Everyone seemed to know someone big was showing up. Later during their trip, after dinner, the vibe shifted, like something was about to happen. That's when they were told by a hotel staffer that if they stayed in a certain area, they'd probably catch a glimpse of the VIP. So she and her mom camped out, and sure enough, Blake Lively arrived.
Like I said, this video was very insignificant. It's 18 seconds. It's her walking in, looking up, admiring the hotel. You can clearly tell it's her and her voice, and her face if you do the work. And then she walks over, notices us, puts up her hand, and asks to grab a hat. And that's all
Says she noticed Blake had her kids with her and each child had a nanny, which stood out considering Blake and Ryan's whole "we don't use nannies" image. But here's where it gets weird. On the day they were checking out, Kate says Blake randomly came up to her, said hi, and then recorded her on her phone. Not only that, Blake's security also filmed Kate's car and license plate. Kate said it was so strange that she ended up posting about it on her Instagram story. In a turn of events this weekend, I added "personally pissed off Blake Lively" to my celebrity encounters. She randomly appeared out of the hotel, came up to our car, said hi to me to get my attention, and then recorded my mom and I with her phone as we were checking out, before dashing back inside with her security.
My mom and I had just checked out of the hotel. Everything seemed like kind of normal, except for, the whispers and the commotion was still going on, which is to be expected when there's a celebrity staying there, I guess. Again, her security person was kind of like all over the place. So as we're checking out at the front desk, just briefly wrapping things up, did notice that the security guard was now all of a sudden downstairs in the lobby. Didn't really think anything of it. Obviously, there's a lot of, people moving, her kids, nannies, whatever was going on that day. The server had made it seem like maybe the meeting that she was having with Joanna Gaines was on Sunday, or maybe, the next few days or whatever. Not sure how long they were planning to be there for. So we walk outside. The valet person has our car ready to go. We, walk up to the car, start loading up, and all of a sudden I heard somebody say hi to me, and it sounded like a woman's voice. So I looked up, and shockingly, it was Blake Lively. She said hi to me to get my attention so I would look up at her. And I instinctively just said hi back because, what do you say? She has her phone up recording us. Her and then her security guard comes out. They start circling my mom's car, getting the car on film, the license plates, our faces, everything. It all happened so fast. So we were just what the heck? So we got in the car. The security guard, I think she maybe passed her phone off to the security guard. My mom said, I wasn't really paying attention because I was like, what the heck is going on right now? What are they doing? And I think she ran back inside. I don't know where she came from, where she popped out from. She obviously was exposing herself to everyone for, just to get us on camera. I don't know what was happening, but the security guard then came up on the passenger side and was still recording. And then he, went back inside. And then we just left because what do you do? It was the weirdest thing ever, most bizarre thing that's ever happened.
You said, check the punctuation. She started speculating about why Blake or her team might have reacted that way. Maybe they were suspicious of her because she had recorded a little video when Blake walked through the lobby, or maybe it was because she noticed the nannies with the kids, something Blake and Ryan are famously private about. She posted on her story, saying she thought the hotel's security camera might have caught her filming while she and her mom were camped out on a couch, which the front desk had actually encouraged so they could spot the VIP. But then things got weird. Suddenly random accounts started viewing her Instagram stories. Some of them were even calling her out for filming what was apparently just a video of her and her boyfriend. The timing was strange, and something about the accounts felt connected, whether it was to Blake's team or the hotel staff. She couldn't be sure, but it didn't sit right, ChatGPT said.
When I noticed that I started getting strange views on my stories, like people that didn't follow me and that like I didn't recognize, like a bunch of views. Like it wasn't just like one person. Maybe had like a mutual connection and somehow found me. I don't know. It was like a bunch of people, and this was the first person I noticed. So it says right there, Hotel GM. So I was like, that's weird. So I was like, I wonder if she's like connected to Hotel 1928 somehow. Searched her on Google, and she came right up on LinkedIn here. So you can see her name there, Hotel General Manager at Hotel 1928. So I was like, what the heck? Like, why is the GM of the hotel looking at my stories? That's when I also noticed that there was incognito accounts that were starting to pop up looking at my stories too. I was like sharing things here and there. You can go look at my Instagram highlight. I've got, everything that I've shared on there saved to a highlight. So you can see kind of like what I was posting. I was just kind of, talking about the case and just things in general, trying to make connections, like things like that. But so these started popping up, viewing my stories, and I was like, this is weird. So I started like hiding them all and blocking these people because I was like, this is super weird. Like, why are these people that I do not know stalking me? So this was one of the things that I shared on my stories. I just like was looking for, things that I thought were interesting on just Google. So this one says Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds don't use nannies for the 4 children. This looked like it was, this is like a recent thing, recent article or whatever, basically just praising them for not using nannies. And I thought this was so interesting because they were very clearly with nannies on this trip. And their children. And so, so I posted that. And then what do you know? This person pops up having viewed my stories. So curious, of course, because I didn't know this person. I clicked on her profile and it said something about New York. And I was like, no way. Like, she kind of resembled like the nanny, one of the nannies that we saw with the kids. And I was like, there's no way. Like, there's literally no way that Blake Lively's nanny would be looking at my Instagram stories. Sure enough, searched her name on Facebook. This came up right away as public information. Works at nanny, household manager, family